And welcome to another DIY journey video. And what this is going to be is probably the start of the biggest transformation we'll see at this house. Upcoming, we have building work, we have plumbing work, joinery, all that type of thing, which I'm not actually doing myself now. I know it makes a bit of a mockery of the name and the Instagram account, all based around DIY, but it's simply just not viable to do it ourselves. And I'll explain that a bit more later on in the video. But what I wanted to show you is what we're doing, what the plan is, and basically this is the start of clearing and getting ready to create what is going to be our home, and a more usable space, a bigger space, and hopefully that will be reflected in the value of the property once we've completed. As you can see behind me, we've already made a start picking colours and things. So as you can see there, we're going to be going down the route of light colours and what have you. So yeah, let me talk you through what we're doing and take it from there. The kitchen. This is where we're going to start. This is the biggest transformation, and it's an expensive transformation. So when we first came and looked at this house, as you've all seen from the pictures on Instagram and other videos on here, you'll see it's not a small house, and it's a good size, 5 bedrooms. So we expected a big kitchen. Now, it's not exactly tiny. See if I can show it you, as you can see there, and the video doesn't really do it justice, but it's a good size, but it's not really big enough for the value of the house and the rest of the house. The living room's big, the garages are big, the bedrooms are big. So straight away we knew we needed to change something, and it weren't going to be a simple fix. And what that were is to try and create a kitchen diner. So I'll flick the camera around and I'll show you. Excuse the mess, but as you can see there, we've got a back door, a window, a bit of a U-shaped kitchen that then goes into the dining room, and then we have the door, and where I'm stood now is in the utility room. So, plan of attack, remove that door. So what we're going to do is replace that door with a window. It's going to be bricked up, all matched up on the outside, and that will allow us some extra cupboard space. So there, the sink will move over, and then what we're going to do is bring all these units there over 300 millimeters. Now, the space here is, I think it's a big gap. Now, I might be wrong, but that is quite a large area. If you're back and forth from that side to that side, then I think it wants to be slightly smaller. Reason being for that is that wall is coming out. So as you can see, there's a doorway there, and that is just going to be a corner. There'll be none of this wall, as you can see. So behind me there it's a supporting wall, which is going to require an RSJ being put in, and all it's supporting is the floor upstairs. There's no ceilings, no walls, nothing like that. It's purely the joists, like a mid-span for that. Now, it's probably something you could do yourself. I'm not willing to do that. I'm not willing to take the risk. So for what it costs, it's actually a lot cheaper than I actually thought. With steel work being around £100 to £150, and then the work itself, which is not much, it's a day's labour for a couple of builders. So that wall's coming out, and what that'll create then is a nice open area kitchen diner. So, but then we're going to include within this works some other stuff just to give it that feel. So we're obviously removing the back door, and when we first looked at this house, what the plan was, as you can see there's a window in the utility room. We were going to change that to a back door. Now we're living in the house, we've realised that it's not the most practical because the gate is on the far side of the house. So to actually reach the back door, you'd have to walk all the way around the house. Not practical, we'd be losing space in the utility. So what we've decided is it's no longer a utility room, it's a laundry room with other features that would suit a utility room. So once this wall, as you can see behind me, is down, we are going to remove this window as well. So with replacing this window with French doors, what we're hoping to create is a kitchen diner that flows out into the garden. Eventually, that wall will get removed and it will be a patio area for barbecuing. We like barbecuing in the summer and that's what we want to create. So we'll have to remove the radiator. That's getting put on this side. Hopefully what we want to achieve is a nice flowing kitchen diner, large space, high quality kitchen, and just bring it up to the size of the house and the value of the house. So yeah, hopefully we can do that. The plans look great and I'll share them when I can. As part of the building work, now again, bit of a mockery of the old DIY thing, but that door's going because it's not needed, it's pointless. Really easy job to do, just stud the hole up, take the door out, put stud work in, plasterboard it, happy days. But the builder's not really charging me anything for it, so why would I use my time up when I could be better used elsewhere? So that's getting done. And then the other thing is skirting boards and door architrave. Now, obviously nothing in there. May as well replace, well, that won't be there, but we're going to have to replace this anyway, so I may as well do it all the way round. And then in here, if I show you, the door frames are really poor. Look at that, awful. And it's like that all the way down. Probably rubbing them down, and I could just fill that, but for what it costs, may as well have all new on, get it painted. Makes my life easier when it comes to doing the painting. And yeah, so we'll be doing that. Evolution Power Tools have very kindly sent me a miter saw, which can't wait to get that used, and it'll be my first time using one, first time doing this type of thing, so that'll be something to follow and see how we get on with those 45-degree cuts up there, and hopefully we'll make it look good. So yeah, that's the sort of general basic layout. Oh, one other thing we're having the hallway. This room generally is very dark, so the light's on at the minute, as you can see. So the plan of attack is, that's the entranceway. So what we want to do is open this up to double. Now, as you can probably just see there, there's a little mark. That's where it'll go to. And I've pre-planned nest to be in the centre between that window and that mark. And yeah, so that'll be a nice open area, glass outdoors hopefully. Should funds allow, and really make this a lot brighter in here because there's only the one small window. And yeah, again, that's been done. The reason it's been done by a builder is the structural work, the calculations, all that sort of stuff, all gets done. It's really not cost that much for the building work, which I was very surprised at. So it's a no-brainer just to have done. So with that all explained, it's time to crack on clearing this area out. The kitchen's up for sale. Got a few people interested, so fingers crossed that's successful. But what I need to do is get the floors up, get all the furniture out, get as much of the units out, these ones, the utility, and make it ready for things to start progressing really. We've took the decision as well, we're going to get the living room done at the same time. More on that at a later date. But yeah, so let's get cracking and see where we go from there. So fast forward a few days and we've made masses of change. So GoPro died and got a bit carried away. floors up, fires out, capped off and sold. Facebook Marketplace is the best thing ever. Also found that the wallpaper is really easy to remove, so we ripped that off as well. And yeah, so we've got the carpet up, and also we got the floor up, the laminate floor from the dining room, which you can see there. And we're pretty much ready to make a start. So spoke through the kitchen, you know what's happening in there. We didn't plan on doing the living room, but while there's all the mess, the dust, we may as well rip the carpet up and get in here done as well. So the fireplace, we didn't realise there was that mass hole. The plan originally was to build a false chimney breast, put an electric stove in it, and make a bit of more of a traditional feel but contemporary mix on that with an oak mantelpiece. But on removing the fireplace, as you'll see over on Instagram, we discovered that. We did think there was something there because there's a chimney on the outside, and so yeah, we've got that. But we've decided we're still going to build out with a false chimney breast just to create a bit bigger area and somewhere to hide all the sockets and skybox and things like that. So yeah, so the plan tonight, so we're fast forward a few days from earlier in the video. I worked last night, so I'm a bit not quite with it today, so steady one, and I'm going to get all the gripper rods up to make way for sanding all the woodwork down. So yeah, quick time lapse, let's get that done, and then will be something like to make a start next week. So here you go. So what a grueling task this is proving to be, so I think I'll leave this video here. I'll finish it off, and you'll see more in the next video. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow the journey over on Instagram. I'll pop the links down below. Cheers.